Rescue Air are your experts in home comfort with emergency and same-day service available. At Rescue Air Heating and Cooling, they provide fast and affordable HVAC services. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured, their technicians are equipped to take on any job, no matter the size or complexity. Unlike other HVAC companies that charge by the hour, we guarantee upfront pricing by the job. You will always know what you're paying for. And with our variety of products, your cost and quality requirements will be met. Your home's HVAC system is a complex home necessity that should only be trusted with a professional. Don't overheat this summer. Keep your home cool and comfortable by contacting Rescue Air Heating and Cooling. Don't Google for an HVAC professional. Contact Rescue Air now at 972-450-9517. That's 972-450-9517.
You've heard of Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but what about Giving Tuesday? On December 3rd, help save an animal's life by donating to the SPCA of Texas. Help make a difference. Donate on Giving Tuesday by going to spca.org/Giving Tuesday.
Howdy, Dallas. From the Talk Radio 1190 Weather Center, I'm Anthony with your Ask the Experts weather. Storms are moving out, sun moving in with a high around 72. Tonight, clear skies with a low around 42. This weather report brought to you by Ask the Experts Radio Show.
Right arm, right leg.
Left leg, left arm.
Both legs above the knee.
Both legs, part of my left hand.
Lost both my legs in Iraq.
These 9/11 veterans are just a few of the heroes we serve at Homes for Our Troops. For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes with features like wheelchair access, roll-in showers, and pull-down cabinets that allow them to function independently and focus on their recovery and family. This life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans, thanks to our donors and supporters. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
In small towns and big cities around the world, Habitat for Humanity volunteers gather. Hammers are raised, bricks are laid, and another family finds shelter in a home they help build. Habitat volunteers are changing lives for the better, and in the process, maybe even their own as well. Support the work in your community or wherever your heart leads you. Volunteer, get involved, and help build it. Visit us at habitat.org.
Good morning, Dallas-Fort Worth. We are Ask the Experts radio show on Talk Radio 1190, where I interview local professionals and experts in their field. Today, I am interviewing Mr. Michael Hurst from Rescue Air. Good morning, Michael. How are we doing?
Oh, we're doing great today. How you doing?
Oh, kicking like a couple chickens. You know how we do it up in here. All right. Rescue Air Texas is located here in Richardson. If you like to call them, their number is 972-964-COOL. That's 972-964-2665. Or if you have any questions, you can email them at info@rescueairtx.com. That's info@rescueairtx.com. Located right off 75 in Arapahoe, a local business. And if you know what today is, it's Local Business Saturday, right?
Yeah, Small Business Saturday.
Small Business Saturday. That's what we got going. All right, Mr. Michael, I guess jumping right into it, well, what makes a contractor, all the contractors different here in DFW? Because we have a slew of them.
Yeah, you're right. We have a ton of different HVAC contractors. I would say, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure they're licensed and insured. Make sure they do background checks, drug screen. Do they train the technicians and the call center people? Are they trained to help you? Do they give people options? I always tell people, they whenever I used to run a lot of calls, you go out and they'd say, "Yeah, I have to do this," and as a consumer myself, a choice of one is not much of a choice. So, do they stand behind their work? Do they educate homeowners? after everything's done, do they have a follow-up process to make sure you're satisfied and you were happy with all the work that was performed? You know,
yeah.
I would say that's one of the things that make a lot different than that's what we do at Rescue Air, and I know some other contractors do that here locally as well. Then you have some of them that they give the choice of one, and you never hear from them again. So
yeah, I can tell you that's probably the one you don't want to go with.
yeah. A lot of times they're the cheapest guy, and there's a reason they're cheaper. They don't invest in their employees. They don't get permits. They don't do a lot of different things. So they don't have the overhead involved. So they just
cheaper's not better, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's like everything. You get what you pay for. You hate to hear that adage, but a lot of times it rings true.
I bet. And with our weather here in Texas, going from hot, cold, cold, hot, people are turning their, furnaces, or, electric, on, off. Does that mess with systems?
If you haven't had your systems maintained and things like that, you might notice like different odors and things like that. But if it's been well maintained, you should be able to, in theory, you could have your heat on, at night and
AC on the day.
Yeah, AC on in the day, and it shouldn't really affect anything.
You mean like what we're doing now, like 70 during the day, 38 at night, like today?
Absolutely, like today. It's beautiful today. Yesterday, totally different day in Dallas.
And like you said, if they're on like a maintenance plan, Rescue Air Texas has a maintenance plan, don't they?
We do, yeah. We have club membership is what it is, and you get 2 complimentary visits to come out and check everything out. You get front-of-the-line priority service. If you have a breakdown, you get some discounts on repairs, different promotions we have. But, yeah, we have those as well.
Okay. I guess, with contractors being different and all that, what if a contractor comes up to me and saying, you need to replace your system? What should I be asking him after that?
I know in our company, the way that we handle homeowners on every call, if we go to your home and you have a problem with the system, we'll tell you what the problem is. We show you what the problem is. We'll put together some options to do a repair. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to do a repair. You got a 15-year-old furnace and you're looking at $800 or $900 repair. We probably should talk about replacement, but at the end of the day, it's up to you. It's your home. It's your money. I always tell people, if somebody's telling you have to replace this system, and never gave you a repair option, they might have a hidden agenda of trying to sell you equipment.
Yeah.
And it may be in your best interest really to buy the new equipment with the warranties and things like that. But at the same token, you should give the homeowner, some options, and let them do what they think is the smartest decision for their home and their family.
Yeah, and especially because I guess when you're turning your furnace on, it's close to the holidays, so a lot of people like to save money if they can. And, I bet you get those people, is there something you can do just to patch it to get me through the holidays? Or
yeah, we get a lot of that. And then the other good thing, a good contractor is going to be able to offer a lot of different promotional payment plans. They may have no interest. They may be low interest, so to make it affordable for anybody. So, we have a lot of people, they'll say the same thing you just said, I just want to get it through. And then they find out, hey, it's going to cost $600-700 to fix it. Oh, you have 12 months, no interest, no payment. Oh, my heavens. Yeah, hey, I'm going to do that.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, so, we try to make everything work. Whatever you want to do as a homeowner, in today's world, you can even finance repairs.
See, and that's awesome. I mean, your company, if they do that, you're probably one of the only companies. And you being a local small business. I mean, the type of business I do, I would give my money to y'all, but that's because I know y'all as well. But it's not every company here in Dallas-Fort Worth that's willing to work with people. Some people are like, no, money up front, or half now, half when we're done. If I did need to replace my system, what should I know? Like, what is there? Is there a telltale? Like, if no, don't do that, or yes, do that.
I always tell people The biggest thing, if you have a really big there's some formulas in our industry that if you're having a repair, you can have people show you. You take into account it's older equipment. How much am I going to have to spend it's almost like a car. How much you got a $4,000 car? It's worth that, but it's going to cost you $3,000 a year to maintain it. Do you keep the car? It's the same way in the heating and air conditioning industry. Does it make sense to invest money into something that old? A lot of people. I've been to people's homes before they're 5-year-old units, and they'll replace them based on their efficiency. They have such a high electric bill in the air conditioning season that the new technology and everything will pay the payment if they choose to finance it. The difference they save is going to pay for that payment. So I always tell people, every home is different. Yeah. Every homeowner is different, and what makes sense for one person may not make sense for the next person. So that's another thing about training technicians and people that are going into the homes, that they understand that every home is different. Everybody's got a different scenario. You may have seen this problem 1,000 times. It's the first time it's ever happened to that homeowner. So you got to back up, slow down, talk to them, educate them, and then let them make their decision.
Yeah, and I guess with getting estimates from, I guess, a contractor, why are the prices so different? Why isn't everybody just on the same page and just down the line?
Well, it's kind of funny. You asked that. I know there's a lot of KPIs in our industry that economists and accountants set up, and they're key performance indicators, and they say that, okay, overheads X, equipment costs this much, materials cost this much. You try to get a 10% profit. People are like, 10%? I'm like, McDonald's has 25% profit, So profit's not bad. But I always tell them, be careful. Look at the reviews online and know that pricing can be, vary drastically. Know what you're getting, what type of warranties. Some things make a lot of sense to some homeowners. They're hot buttons with them. They want a warranty. They want this. They want highest efficiency. They want all the bells and whistles. Not for everybody. Yeah. I'll tell you a cool statistic I heard. I was at a conference 2-3 weeks ago down in Austin, and Emerson did a survey of homeowners the year before that had purchased new heating and air conditioning systems, and 74% of the homeowners expressed some level of dissatisfaction after the install. And
that's huge.
The other side of it, the statistics showed that those people that were most dissatisfied paid the least amount of money. So I always tell people there's two types of companies. There's performance and equipment. Performance companies are going to look and assess everything, talk to you,
put it all out there,
find out what's going on in your home, and give you options to correct all this stuff. Yeah. People that just swap out equipment, they leave ductwork, they don't ask you any questions. They just, hey, you got the same thing that you had yesterday. And it's funny. Some of these, like one of the most popular systems in efficiency is 16 SEER, so it's kind of a sweet spot that people resonate to. Uh-huh. If they're not installed properly, they'll perform at like an 8 SEER.
Yeah. So. And that's just like with ventilation. If you're not ventilated correct, you're not. I mean, there's many different things why an AC unit won't work correctly. It may not be the unit itself. It could be the install. It could be the ductwork. You could have a hole somewhere, but you never know. But we could take a break on that note, sure, if you don't mind. Dallas Fort Worth, if you're just now joining us, I'm interviewing Mr. Michael Hirsch with Rescue Air Texas. They're located right here in Richardson. Local business Saturday. Call them up, 972-964-COOL. That's 972-964-2665. And if you want to shoot them a question, that's info@rescueairtx.com, info@rescueairtx.com. I'm Anthony Cernilia with Ask the Experts Radio Show. We'll be back in about a minute and a half after this commercial.
Rescue Air are your experts in home comfort with emergency and same-day service available. At Rescue Air Heating and Cooling, they provide fast and affordable HVAC services. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured, their technicians are equipped to take on any job, no matter the size or complexity. Unlike other HVAC companies that charge by the hour, we guarantee upfront pricing by the job. You will always know what you're paying for. And with our variety of products, your cost and quality requirements will be met. Your home's HVAC system is a complex home necessity that should only be trusted with a professional. Don't overheat this summer. Keep your home cool and comfortable by contacting Rescue Air Heating and Cooling. Don't Google for an HVAC professional. Contact Rescue Air now at 972-450-9517. That's 972-450-9517.
Make a difference in the life of a child this Christmas. Adopt an angel from a Salvation Army angel tree at an area mall or adopt online. Visit SalvationArmyDFW.org to find out more on how you can make the holidays brighter for a North Texas kid.
Howdy, Dallas. From the Talk Radio 1190 Weather Center, I'm Anthony with your Ask the Experts weather. Storms moving out, sun moving in with the high around 72. Tonight, a low of 42 with clear skies. This weather report brought to you by Ask the Experts Radio Show. That's right, Dallas-Fort Worth. We are Ask the Experts Radio Show on Talk Radio 1190, where I interview local professionals and experts in their field. And once again, I'm interviewing Mr. Michael Hirsch of Rescue Air Texas. They're located right here in Richardson, Texas. Their phone number, 972-964-COOL. That's 972-964-2665. Or if you got a question, shoot them a question at info@rescueairtx.com. info@rescueairtx.com. Located right off 75 in Arapahoe. And like I said, it's Small Business Saturday. Give them a call. All right, Mr. Michael, we were talking about replacing units and what should I do, what to look for, on that note, what should I actually be looking for if I do need a new system?
I always tell people it's a lot of that's up to the homeowner, really. If you have high utility bills, you might be looking for something that's really efficient. If you're one of these people that peace of mind, they got to have peace of mind. You might look at like warranties, guarantees, things like that. Comfort, how comfortable it is in your home. Some people they talk about humidity and stuff like that. They have bad allergies, things like that, and they want to address that type of things. Mm-hmm. The upfront cost, is there financing available that works for them?
Yes, sir.
Technology, all these. How these homes are nowadays. They have cameras everywhere, and they want stuff that will tie together to Alexa or this, that, and the other.
Or they can use their cell phone to change the temperature up and down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they look at that kind of stuff. But I always tell people that, when people are in your home, if you have a company come out and they're talking about things that are totally irrelevant to you and they're not listening to what you're saying is important to you, you probably don't want to do business with somebody like that. You want to do business with somebody that's going to sit down, talk to you, find out what's important to you, and then build solutions around what's important to you in your home, not what's important to them. Are they selling something that's the most expensive, greatest thing that they're going to make the most money off of? Are they really have your best interests at heart?
Yeah, and I guess, how long should a visit take when they come out to, to look at the system or replace the system? How long should that take?
If you have somebody come out to do an estimate, evaluation of everything, the ductwork, usually 60 minutes to 90 minutes if they're going to do a really thorough job and talk to you and get your input. I always tell people too, just as a consumer as myself, if I go walking into like Best Buy and I have all intentions of buying a television and somebody in the blue shirt comes over and goes, "Can I help you?" "Oh, no, I'm just here to look." I get, the defensive mechanism. It's just human nature.
Yep.
But the more information you can give somebody and be more upfront and and communicate your needs and desires in the home.
The more you can do for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I get the whole psychology. People are just, they don't want to be sold anything. They like to buy things,
Yeah.
but they don't want to be sold anything.
That's my dad all day long. On that note, how long should a system last after an install?
I'll tell you, the Department of Energy, there's a lot of information out there. They're going to say an air conditioning system probably 12 to 13 years.
Yeah.
So, that's if you start getting past that, you're going to have
Especially right now, if you're looking at 12 or 10 years, you're way past because all the efficiency rating things you need to be calling Rescue Air Texas now, not tomorrow. I mean, if you got a 10-year-old system, you're like behind.
Yeah. I mean, I've done this all my life, and it's kind of crazy, the technology that's out here today. And some of the homeowners, you start telling them about it, and they're like, oh, my God, that's what I want. I want that. And that goes back to the 5-year-old, 6-year-old systems, new construction homes, and they start having problems. And they have real hot and cold spots in their house, and they're not comfortable, and they have high electric bills. And you start telling them about some of the stuff that's available. They may not they weren't even in the market to buy an air conditioner, but then they hear all this, and they're like, oh, my God, I have to have this.
What's the most important aspect of replacing a system? Is it the ventilation, the ductwork, or the system itself?
I'd say it's the whole package.
Whole package, yeah.
If you're getting everything done right, the most important thing, I always tell people, bar none, is the installation, how it was installed.
And what's the best equipment out there? Tell me the Mercedes. What's the best equipment?
We're Lennox dealers.
Okay.
I'm partial to like a Lennox XC25, but other manufacturers make good equipment.
It all depends on somebody's needs too.
Yeah. I mean, your electric bill is $100 a month. If I tell you I can save half of that on the air conditioning side, which isn't even the whole 100,
jump in.
You're like, but if you have like $1,000 electric bill, something that's out of control, it might make more sense. I always tell homeowners on the installation side, if you bought an XC25, which is kind of the Bentley, and your neighbor bought a 14-SEER government minimum efficiency, and his was all put in right, the ductwork size right, everything, and you got the 25-SEER, and somebody just ripped the old equipment out and threw it in, didn't pull a vacuum, didn't charge it properly, your neighbor's cheaper system will outperform yours. Yeah, so it goes back to install.
And I guess, on that, asking, we were talking before the show, if somebody or, which is more efficient, gas or electric? Or let me ask you this, if they have electric, is it easy to switch to gas or vice versa?
Well,
I know it's a big question.
Yeah, if you have gas available, I would say to go to gas.
Is it cheap to switch to gas?
Well, it depends if you have gas piping already in the home, or you're going to have to run it from a meter into the home and then split it off. It can get pretty pricey on that side. Most people that have electric, it's kind of wild. They may only have resistance electric heat inside. It's like heating your house with a toaster.
Yeah.
They don't
That's
have
me.
They don't have a heat pump.
Yeah.
And you start talking to them, and heat pumps had a bad rap from, earlier years. They didn't transfer heat as well, so they would blow like air that was in the 80-degree range, and the skin temperature on your skin's at like 94, so it felt drafty. People complained about it. It still heated the house, but it felt drafty. Technology today is totally different.
Yeah, bar none.
Yeah, and a heat pump, when you compare it to resistance heat, minimum, it's going to be 3 times more efficient. So if you have just electric heat, I tell people, I'm like, and like I said, I've done this all my life. If I bought a house and it had just electric heat in it, and it was a brand new home, the first thing I would do is rip that condenser out and put a heat pump in, because I know it'd pay for itself.
Yeah. Well, and usually it will. And we only have about a minute or so left, but is there anything you'd like to tell our listeners before we do in the show?
Well, I just, I'm a big proponent of supporting small businesses, whether you're supporting us on it, or you're just supporting any business out here. You know, a lot of these small businesses go by the wayside because they don't get any support. And then
Yeah.
you show up one day and you're like, oh, man, I love this place. Why are they closed? They're closed because nobody supported them. So
Right. Well, I will make sure to get your number out there. And Mr. Michael, and it's Hirsch, correct?
Yes, sir.
I do appreciate you coming in and visiting with me today, and I hope you had a good holiday as well. And happy, safe holidays coming up to you. And Texas, Dallas, I was interviewing Mr. Michael Hirsch of Rescue Air Texas. Their number is 972-964-COOL, 972-964-2665, or shoot them a question at info@rescueairtx.com. That's info@rescueairtx.com. They're right off 75 in Arapahoe. I'm Anthony Cernelia with Ask the Experts Radio Show. Dallas, stick with us. We got another show coming up right after this.
Rescue Air are your experts in home comfort with emergency and same-day service available. At Rescue Air Heating and Cooling, they provide fast and affordable HVAC services. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured, their technicians are equipped to take on any job, no matter the size or complexity. Unlike other HVAC companies that charge by the hour, we guarantee upfront pricing by the job. You will always know what you're paying for. And with our variety of products, your cost and quality requirements will be met. Your home's HVAC system is a complex home necessity that should only be trusted with a professional. Don't overheat this summer. Keep your home cool and comfortable by contacting Rescue Air Heating and Cooling. Don't Google for an HVAC professional. Contact Rescue Air now at 972-450-9517. That's 972-450-9517.